Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam. Yasyantanadimadhyam nahi karacharanam nama gotram na sutram no jatim naiva varnana bhavati purusho anapamsam na chastri na karam na vikaram nahi ananimaranam nasti punyam na papam no tattvam tattvamekam sahaja samarasam satgurum tvam namami satgurum tvam namami. I offer my namaskara to Sanatana Dharma, Shankaracharya and all my gurus. So I also welcome you all for this Ananda Shankara's English discourse. In the last class, we have seen Sadhana Chatushtaya. We have seen in the previous classes what about Viveka and Vairagya we have seen. In the last class, we have seen Shatka Sampatthi, introduction to Shatka Sampatthi. And we also know what are the six Sampath. Six Sampath is six wealth. It is not the external wealth, it is the internal wealth. So, six internal wealth. What are those six internal wealths? We have seen Shama Adi Shatka, Shama Adi Shatka. That means Shama followed, that is six inner wealth. That is Shama, Dama, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana. So these are all the six internal wealth. So this has to be done, sadhana has to be done. That is why it is called Sadhana Chatushtaya. There are fourfold sadhana we have to do in order to get into Atma Jnana or higher knowledge. In the worldly knowledge, we can go to LKG to UKG and degree, and then like that we can get. But in Adhyatma, we have to get into like this Patanjali Yoga Sutra and Sadhana Chatushtaya. These are all, we are getting qualification, eligibility qualification to enter into Adhyatma, deeper Adhyatma. In order to understand that, we need to prepare ourselves. So that preparation is done in the Sadhana Chatushtaya. So Sadhana Chatushtaya we have seen last class in the Shamadhi Shatka Sampatthi. So now in this class we will continue further on the same Shamadhi Shatka Sampatthi, each whatever is there, Shama, Dama, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana, whatever is there, we will see onto that one by one, and we'll chant the Sadhana Chatushtaya shlokas and then we'll continue. Sadhana. So, Mangalacharana shloka is there for this. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattva Bodho Bhidiyate Tattva Bodho Mumukshunam Hitarthaya. The Mumukshu means whoever wants to know the Atma Jnana and get into the moksha in the path of liberation. Whoever wants, that is called Mumukshu. So, in order to help the Mumukshu, this Tattva I have been teaching you, that is what the Mangalacharana shloka says that. And we will get into the Sadhana Chatushtaya shloka itself. Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannadhikarinam Moksha Sadhana Bhutam Tattva Viveka Prakaram Vakshamaha Sadhana Chatushtaya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha Ihamutrartha Palabhoga Viragaha Shamadhi Shatka Sampatthi Mumukshutvam Cheti Vivekaha Viragah Kaha Iha Swargavogeshu Ichcharahityam Shamadhi Sadhana Sampattihka Shama Dama uparama Titiksha shraddha Samadhanancha iti. To that we have seen. Now we will be going in the next classes one by one. This details of Shamah Kaha, Mano Nigraha, Damah Kaha, Chakshuradi Bahyendriya Nigraha, Uparamah Kaha, Swadharmanusthanameva, Shitosh Titiksha Ka, Shitoshna Sukha Dukkadi Sahishnutvam, Shraddha Kidrushi, Guru Vedanta Vakyadeshu Vishwasa Shraddha, Samadhanam Kim, Chittaikagrata, Mumukshutvam Kim, Moksho mi bhuyat iti ichcha, Etat sadhana chatushtayam, Tattva sattva vivekasyadhikarino bhavantu. Now we will be getting straight into the Shamah Kaha, that is the first internal wealth. What is Shama? Shama, we have to properly understand and keep it in our mind, because this is the word very frequently used in future Adhyatma journey. So we have to know Shama only they will talk. They don't talk any other. Simply they say you have to do Shama and you have to take into consideration. These are the 6 words they will be telling. Viveka they will be using. Vairagya these are all the glossaries of Vedanta. So these glossaries in detail, this each word we have to understand. Then when the Adhyatma teaches like Shama, when it is teaching Shama, immediately we are able to understand. So now we will analyze what is Shama. So the imaginary students asks, what Shama Kaha is asking. So for that, one line, only 2 words answer he has given. That is the only thing is available in Sadhana Chatushtaya. Mano Nigraha. Very beautifully answer is given, but if he understands that much only, we are not able to comprehend. So we have to understand this Shamah Kaha and the answer Mano Nigraha in all the possible directions. And in our day-to-day affairs and everything we have to analyze. Then it will be able to understand and we are able to digest into our mind. So Shamah Kaha. Shamah Kaha is Mano Nigraha. The first discipline is called Shama and it is called mind control. Mano Nigraha is nothing but mind control. So it is easy. Why so special? Everybody says you have to control your mind. If that is so much easy, everybody would have done that. Control your mind is not easy. Control your tongue, is it easy? Not possible. So like that, control your eyes, control your nose, control your tongue, ears, like that. So everything is difficult only. That is why it is Vedanta is telling you have to start working on it. Okay, you are young boy, young girl, and after that you have already worked into the earning methodology and also got married and everything, have a child. Maybe around 30-35 years, you have almost whatever world has to give you the experience. Everything already it is offered. So from onwards, now onwards, whatever you are giving up to 100 years, 35 to 100 years, there is no new thing is there in the world to offer for you. By that time, what all world has to offer to you, everything has been offered to you. So in everything, in future, whatever it comes in maybe numbers, it is not new things. Instead of one house, you may get 10 houses, or one car, you may get another, or instead of one job, another job. So like that, one child is there, another child you may get. So one job, one promotion may be there, 2 promotion, 10 promotions may be there. Everything in duplicity you may get. The first-hand experience of everything new will be over by 30-35. So after that, it is only a simply repetition of the same thing in multiples, or in the same thing only can repeat. The world looks not so attractive. So what happens then? In search of the attraction, search of the happiness, search of the new things, we start working, we start thinking, we start doing so many things. That means our mind will say something new is required. You have to jump, you have to go to trekking, you have to go foreign tour, you have to do so many things. Everything mind is suggesting because whatever life has to offer already offered. So subsequently now I only have to decide in order to entertain my mind. Because my mind is asking, I am searching and I am going to fulfill that. Vedanta says if that mind itself is controlled, if it is in our control, it may not ask at all. Then if it is not asking anything, then your life is not so much engagement will not be there. And without asking, the mind also can be happy also. So what happens, mind may put a question and we start busy in bringing the answer, fulfilling the answer. Once we make all the fulfilling the answer, again that is forgotten and again new thing mind will ask. So again we chase. So this is what happens. One desire if you fulfill, if you have 10 desires, the mind is asking, okay, if I complete all the 10 desires, mind will keep quiet? No. After completing the 10 desires, mind will say, another 100 desires it will bring, because it knows your capacity. It will tell you, you go and get another 100. Because mind is taking work from me. Mind is asking me a drudgery job. Because mind only is making me to work hard. After working hard, whether the same mind has to be happy. Is it happy? No. It is asking something else. So something else only we are chasing. By that time 100 years will come. So we are not enjoyed at all. We are not be happy. We are not restless. Everything is coming because of the mind is not in our control. So word Shama means, Shama in the meaning in the Sanskrit, it precedes Shanti. Shama, the Shanti we have to obtain, that is peace we have to obtain. When Shanti comes, we will be having Samatvam. It is called equanimity. We will either not going this side or that side. So we are not having the duality of the mind will not be there. Okay, this is very happy, this is very sad, like that it will not happen. the equality of the mind will get. That means Shama means we have to get into peace of mind, or the pious state of the mind, or the tranquility state of the mind. We have to obtain. So Shama, in order to obtain that, we have to do the mind control. So there is no other methodology at all to get this peace of mind, pious of mind, tranquility of the mind. So if we want this, then I have to have the control of the mind. So that means Shama, if it is not there, what happens? That means peace of mind is not there, tranquility is not there. So pious of mind is not there. Then what happens? It will be a stress and strain only. The modern stress and strain problem is because of that we have lost the peace of mind. The stress is a big problem in everybody's life today. It is not a new thing, and everywhere stress management is there. Everybody teaches stress management. So they themselves, who is teaching him themselves, they are in stress, but still they want to teach stress management for the others. So this is how world is going. Shama means a freedom from the mental stress. So we have to, the other word positively we can say is, Shama is a Shanti. So in the modern world we have to see, we have to get freedom from the mental stress. Because that is why the peace of mind makes a very important thing. When mind is stressed or tensed, what happens? We become anxious. That means why mind is becoming stressed or tensed, what is the reaction it will happen is, there is a state of mind it develops, whether it will happen or not happen, whether it is becoming going good or not going good. Like that, the dualities of the mind will be fighting, and in order to make it good, make it to happen, lot of stress will be happening. So there is a failure also is attached for the success. So when we want to have a success, there is always a fear in the mind, I may fail. So this duality is giving you stress. Anything is not progressing, immediately you feel it is already failure mode is there, or I may forget this one, all the things will come. Because of that anxious mind becomes heavy. That is called the manobharaha. The bharaha, the burden of the mind itself is bhara. For example, if you carry 1 kg of rice from the supermarket, or 2 kg of this one, it is very heavy, no doubt, but still comfortably up to 5 kg, 10 kg when you are young, you can bring first floor, second floor, everything you can bring it, the baggage and all the things. If you travel internationally, 23 kg bag is there, and your suitcase, you have to lift it and put it, and everything you are doing, no? So much 23 kg also you are able to put it. So that means the physical weight lifting, our body can do that. But manobhara, the weight of the mind. What is the weight of the mind? The anxious mind, the stressed mind, the tensed mind. It becomes manobhara. Because of the mind becomes bhara, the total life becomes bhara. We are totally stressed and we are not able to move. Manobhara, where is the bhara? There is no bhara, there is no weight of that at all. It is only a thought in the mind. That thought has come. That thought is telling you whether you succeed or not succeed. That is the only one thought is there. That one thought of either I become failure or not successful. And this duality, if I fail, if it is not successful, if and but, all these things makes the mind bhara. It is hardly a thought. So when a thought is there, you have 24 hours of time, but you are busy in the mind because you don't have any physical engagement. You need not meet anybody, but still morning to evening, you cannot even do a smallest job also. Everything will be keep pending. When you keep pending, what happens? Lot of work get accumulated, procrastination happens, when accumulated work will get you some more fear. Already mind is under fear, accumulated work will get you some more fear. So 2 days, 3 days, when you spend like that, your mind will get heavy and your body will also get heavy. You get fever, body pain, uncomfortability, uneasiness. Everything is coming because of there is no physical weight at all. Physical weight 23 kg, 40 kg you can lift. So that may be hardly another 10 minutes and the hand may be paining. After that you make like this and like that, it will get over. Whereas the mind bhara, unless you find a solution and unless you go into the mind, whatever it has asked, if you are not fetching it, it becomes a heavy. So the mind itself has put a target for you and mind itself is get worried because the target that I am able to achieve or not achieve. So the modern world is target driven. The target is fixed by me only. No doubt I am going to an office, people may be fixing the target. But going to an office itself is my target because I need more money. I need a more tougher job or more difficult job where I can get more salary. All these things is my other wants. So that means targets, if there is always any target, there is always a falling short of target. It is always there. That is creating the stress and strain and creating the anxiety. That anxiety, due to that mind becomes heavy. That is called in Sanskrit, it is called as manobharaha. In Sanskrit, it is called ashantasya manobharaha. When you lose the peace, ashantasya, ashanti means there is no shanti. Ashantasya manobharaha, the meaning is when you lose shanti, the mind becomes heavy. So, when the mind becomes heavy, to whom? For the body? Where it is becoming heavy? Mind becomes heavy for the mind itself. It is not for somebody. My mind has created, my mind itself has become heavy. So, what happens when somebody asks you, how is life going on? You will say, somewhere it is dragging on, life is not moving. So, that means already manobhara is there. You are not bubbling, like energy is not there. So, in order to get more energy, what we do? Either we go in the supplement of energy or drugs, temporarily it will elevate. So, all these things when we try our coffee drinking, tea drinking, or some other ice cream, whatever may be liking is there. For 10 minutes, 20 minutes, it will forget. Mind, bhara will not be there. So after that, again, it will become bhara. Somebody may go for cigarette, somebody may go for coffee, somebody may go for alcohol, somebody go for sex, extramarital affairs. So many things are tour, picnic, everything is doing in order to make your mind forget that burden. But it is not possible. So the basic, the disease has to be found out. So symptomatic treatment only if you do, it will not be possible to cure the disease. You have to, not symptoms only is not important. You have to go to the root cause. Diagnose the root cause of the problem and then give the medicine. And the medicine, when it is given, it will be permanently cured. The fever may come for 100 reasons. So if you give for some fever, it may be viral fever, it may be bacteria fever or something else, body ache fever. So many types of fever may come. But general medicine only may not work. So proper diagnosis has to be done. Whether it is appendicitis because of that fever is coming, or what it is coming, typhoid, all those things has to be, root cause has to be analyzed. And the root cause diagnosis, if you don't do and give a general, okay, take Dolo 20, 650 or something like that, if you say every disease cannot go in Dolo 650 or something like that. So a root cause disease is required somewhere, antibiotic may be required somewhere. All those things is done in order to have a physical sickness. For the mind sickness, we are not having anything at all. Mind sickness, what we do, we are escaping from the mind. We are going for a movie, we are drinking coffee, we are going for some excursion, picnic and all. But only for a short period it will be there. But we are not able to diagnose. Because physical disease somebody else can diagnose. Doctor is already studied that. But mental disease, mental manobhara, others cannot see. You only have that manobhara. So for everybody, you are looking a normal man only, but your manobhara, you only understanding the pain of that manobhara, heaviness of the manobhara, you cannot explain to the others also, and others cannot find a reason for that also, not possible. Even husband and wife, how openly you can talk. Some of the office related may be there, she may not understand or he may not understand. Or some family related problem is there, somebody may not understand. One of the spouse may not understand. So this problem has to be solved by the individual itself. So when problem has to be solved by the individual, you have to put lot of effort to that. Otherwise, we superficially, symptomatically, we are giving one dose of coffee is not giving you a kick. Maybe you start drinking 2 doses, 3 doses and 10 coffee you may be drinking. We are not able to analyze our mind, and others cannot analyze the mind. And I have to, if you go to a psychiatrist or whatever this counselors or whatever is there, so how much they are also busy people, how much they can listen, how much interestedly they can listen. They will make at least 1 hour attention, but they charge 1,500 rupees. For your small problem, you are not ready to shut down 1,500 or 2,000 rupees. And also you have to spend so much explaining everything, all these things, and it is becoming difficult. So what you are doing, you are putting under the carpet. So today one stress is there, you are putting under the carpet. So another 10 stress you are putting under the carpet. Now the pressure from the carpet is increasing. So that pressure is taking toll of your mind and body. So that is the problem of our stress and strain. So the stress and strain, if it is not managed, it will be depression, it will go. When you do the suppression, it takes you to the depression. If you are not able to depression, if you are not able to, I don't want to make myself, I will explode on the other people. That is also because I am not able to manage myself, I am exploding. Anger, outside people, external world, I am exploding. How many people will listen to your explosion? They will give you back. So again you will get into suppression. Suppression to depression. Depression, like this only the cycle will go. And maybe initially you will be very strong enough to manage, and you are able to manage the stress, strain, all the things. As the age progresses, as the things progresses, some complex things you are not able to solve. It takes toll of your life. So better analyze. For that, mind need to be controlled. That is what Vedanta says. Shama is mind control. That means life is dragging on. The moment the word is coming, life is dragging on. How is life? If somebody asks, hardly somebody says, my life is wonderful. But if somebody says life is wonderful, they may be acting also. Not always wonderful. It's in order to not to show off, they will say wonderful, excellent. They will be saying. But immediately they pull out a cigarette. So that means it is not wonderful. They are only in order to satisfy us, they are telling. So most of the time we say life is pulling on, dragging on, surviving, chalta hai. All these things, the word is coming means already manobhara is happening. Because the very journey of life becomes burden and life becomes finally a drudgery. Whereas, if you see, when the mind is pious, your body is also light. You are almost floating. So freedom from stress, you may be having certain times. You got certain things, whatever you wanted, everything you achieved, and that point of time you are getting elevated, buoyancy is there in your body. Though you are 70 kg, you are quickly able to get up, move around, jump, all the things is possible to do. Physical body and mind, when everything is enjoying, even the 70, 100 kg mind, body also can flexible, it can become. If body is even thin, 40 kg body also, if the mind is heavy, that itself will become very heavy. So everything depends on the mind. Body is the secondary thing. So we have to keep the mind light, not the mind. Body, even if it is heavy, it can adjust. But the mind, if it is heavy, a light body cannot also not adjust. In such a state of heaviness, the journey of life not possible to enjoy. If it is becoming light, life becomes enjoyable. Mind becomes light means it is enjoyable. So, if we study the human life, the uniqueness of human life is our mind is very beautiful and extraordinary mind is. We have the blessing of God only for the human being. We have this mind. Animals are not having this superior mind. Animals is the same old thing is there. So even 10,000 years back, how the animal is living, now also the same way only animal is living. Whereas human being, every day life is changing. See, about 150 years back, before electricity is found out, the people were living 100 years, 200 years, 3000 years back also, more or less the same lifestyle was there. After invention of electricity and electronics, so the life has changed fast, everything is going fast. So that means who has found out? Our own mind, the human mind only has found all the accomplishment. Because of that, the life has become more faster, more speedier. Today you have to have 5G internet, because otherwise you are not able to cooperate in your office atmosphere or even your work atmosphere and all. So much speed, everything is going on. So when human being is going in a high speed, he forgets the direction. So that is what happening today's world. So we are going speedily, but we are reaching a wrong destination very fast. And after going to the wrong destination, you will see that, no, this is not I wanted from life. But already I spent 40 years. So this is what the Vedanta says, stop for a while. What is your direction? Reset. Don't go high speed. Go slow only, but in a right direction you go. When you go in a right direction, slow or whatever is there, you are definite of reaching the destination, right destination. Otherwise, you are going speedily without knowing the direction or where you want to go. Somewhere because crowd is going, you are also going. When crowd is also getting dissatisfied, you will also get dissatisfied. Because crowd is busy and you are also becoming busy. So this is giving you the manobhara, stress and strain. So we have to see that how it has to be done. So the mind, in Sanskrit it is called as antahkarana. So antahkarana means it is internal faculty. It is not seeable by outside people. Because we have 10 external faculties are there. They are called Bhakya Karana, external organs, external instruments. That is 5 Jnanendriyas and 5 Karmendriyas. They are visible to you, visible to us, visible to everybody. Eyes are visible to me, to the neighbor, to everybody. My eyes, what is seeing, people can gauge. So eyes are there, ears are there, all these things people can gauge along with me also. But the mind is an internal faculty that is called antahkarana. Karana means instrument. Bhakya karana means external instruments. Antahkarana means internal instrument. This internal instrument, though we talk always mind, so Vedanta has analyzed how the mind is working, and the Vedanta says mind is working in 4 layers. This mind, whatever mind control means, we have to understand how this mind works also. This mind, whatever we are talking, works in 4 layers. The first layer is called manas. It is the emotional faculty. The second layer is called buddhi. It is an intellect faculty. The third layer is called as memory. That is called chitta is there. The fourth layer is called as ahankara, is the spokesperson. So all the thing is done, whether body can decide itself or the mind can decide itself, and who is going to communicate to the external world. Who is that communicating? Whether Srinivasa Prasad is communicating? Who is Srinivasa Prasad? We are not understood also. So whereas Vedanta has understood, Vedanta has clearly defined. So Manasa only emotionally manages. It is only heart related things. Whereas the mind, the intellect is, analysis is there, reasoning is there. So everything will be there. How the process of thinking happens here. Any external stimuli happens, the mind collects that stimuli. Suppose I want a TV. The mind immediately collects that information. I want a TV. The thought has developed. That thought has been collected by the mind, and it only takes the thought and hands over to the intellect. Mind does not do anything. Mind only collects and gives. It is takes in the left hand and gives in the right hand, and now mind is not at all. Mind is free. It is ready to pick up another thing and give it. It is the only thing is, then it would have been happy. Here one dustbin, if I put, I could have become very happy. But it is not. No, the first layer is always, it is only taking. So the next layer of intellect, now it has to, why do you want it? All the question, the other layer of the intellect, it will ask. My old TV is there because my friend has got a bigger TV. So everybody is having today plasma TV or the Karod TV. All the things your intellect is doing. For the intellect, what it is there, all these 10 indriyas are there. It collects the information from the external world. So that is the plasma TV, your eyes collecting. And that eyes collected somewhere 2 years back, you have seen. The ear is heard in the TV, there is a new technology has come. So that ear also collected the information. All the collected informations are stored in the memory. That memory is a hard disk of our personality. That hard disk is there, all the memories. All these 10 indriyas are collecting the information, just passing on to the memory. And memory stores that. Now intellect has to work. Now intellect will ask, why do you want a TV? The mind has already come. Mind is the first layer. It has collected and given to the information, I want a TV. It is a desire has developed. The desire has to be analyzed by the intellect. It will be analyzing. It takes there only, it is getting heated up. Mind is getting heated up because mind has to do the reasoning. Mind has to do the logical explanation. Why you want, all the things has to be done. So for that, where is the information? Intellect is not having any memory. It concerns the memory. Memory will take away a lot of files related to TV, whatever it has seen, heard, and all the experience and everything. It gives to the intellect. Intellect starts analyzing, taking all the things, putting in an Excel file, all these things, making comparison, making that, this, and his income, that, everything will be done. Okay, I decide to buy a TV. So the decision as generated by the intellect. Intellect cannot execute. It gives to the ego. So ego, it will say, mind says, or intellect says, analyzing, saying that, intellect says you are not having a capacity to buy a 2 lakh TV, 2 lakh rupees to you. Your salary is only so much. You already bought so much of EMI is there. So the intellect does very beautiful analysis and gives, no, don't buy. Whereas ego will say, keep quiet. It will say to the intellect, I need, because ahankara is the social pressure is there. The ego, it says, whatever may be things I will buy. So it takes the decision, buy. So the moment it says buy, your mind will order all the organs, like karmendriya, hand will take up the parcel, or check all these things, credit card and all. You take the car key and everything, your leg will go. So every organs will collate only because of the decision, and you will go to market, bring the TV, connect the TV and enjoy the TV and pay the payment and all. Everything just because of ego said, it is the spokesperson of the body, it is done. Now the problem is, I don't know how to put an EMI. Again, intellect has to work. So like this, intellect will be working, buddhi, it becomes heated up. Because of this heated up only, mind becomes bhara. So mind has correctly given also, don't buy, but ego says, you buy, because socially I have to show my esteem, prestige, all these things. But after buying the TV, you are not invited anybody, only you are telling to the some friends, I have bought the TV. They forget, they hear and they will forget. It is not, you are not showing so many things. So like that, and ultimately nobody is noticing also, but you have taken 2 lakh rupees TV you have purchased. And you are under the pressure. So this pressure, in order to manage, you want more promotion, more on-station, outstation job or on-site job, all these things you will be asking because this is triggering. These are all beautifully analyzed in the Vedanta. This is how it happens. Why ego takes like that. Sometimes ego says you do, intellect says you do, ego will not say opposite, it will do. When intellect says don't do, still ego will say it will do. Sometimes ego says, intellect says don't do, and do, but it will not do. So these are all the how the mind becomes heavy. So this is the mind control has to be done. How to control is an issue. So this is how mind has to be analyzed. The chitta is only a memory bank. So what we have to do, how to do the lightening of the mind, or how to lighten. For example, if your mind is heavy, how can you use? So your mind is becoming heavy, you have to make it light. So in order to make it light, you need peace of mind. When the peace of mind comes, only the mind becomes light. Otherwise, whatever you take picnic. So if you are going for a picnic excursion 1 week, the same heavy mind only is coming there. It is trying to forget in a new place, atmosphere. But already days are clicking. 1 week means 2 days over, 3 days over, third, fourth day you are already not in that place. You are again back in your house only. Your heaviness is increasing. You already spent another 2 lakh rupees on a 1 week picnic, and everything is accounting, amounting. So wherever you go, this heavy mind only is coming. So when heavy mind is there, going anywhere also is useless. So when light mind is there, you need not go out of the house also. You need not spend. You need not go to the excursion. There only you are happy. So we are doing everything opposite. So in order to find how to survive, how to do all these things, manashanti is required. Manashanti is required because the physical health also is depending on the manashanti. So manashanti is very important. Vedanta says how to obtain the manashanti. For that, Atma Jnana, all the jnanas are required. Viveka is required. Vairagya is required. All the other jnana, Atma Jnana, about how the eyes are working, how the ears are working, every instrument, how it is working, every basic level has to be understood. So we will be teaching how the eyes are working, everything will be in the Atma Jnana classes. So this is only a Patanjali Yoga Sutra, further continuation I am doing sadhana. So here we have to understand the stress consistently when you put your health goes fat. So one of the organ will become damaged. either we get sugar disease, BP, or some of the organs may go this one. So much it will take a toll of the life. So what we have to do? We have to bring the mind into Shanti. So for that purpose only all the meditation and all the things will be said. Today meditation, whatever you have learnt is not a meditation. It is only forcibly 20 minutes. You are suppressing the thoughts and again it will be bouncing back after 20 minutes. It is not meditation. So we have to learn proper way of meditation. Anyway, we will be talking on meditation future classes. So it is just like your mind becomes heated up. For example, when you work in a computer, very heat happens, more than 45-degree temperature it happens. All the chips inside, it will get heated up. When it is heated, overheated, it will not function properly. So you need to cool the instrument. So it is either some virus will get formed by itself because of the temperature and it will go corrupt. Your program may go corrupt. Virus comes. So virus, because of the heating, virus can come also. The electron jumps from another orbit to another orbit and the programs, whatever you have done, will not work. What is virus? Vital information resources under siege. Virus, V-I-R-U-S. Vital information resources under siege. So similarly, I am very brilliant person, I am very intelligent person, but when my mind is heavy, my mind is disturbed, all my intelligence will not come to handy to me because virus attacked. Virus is coming in the form of angry. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. These are all the 6 viruses. The Vedanta has found out what are the virus for the mind. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. For example, a desire comes. Desire comes, the origin of the desire is, Vedanta says as Raga Dvesha. Raga Dvesha is the likes and dislike. The desire comes if you want, also there is a desire. So you are going towards the want. If you don't want also, you will be putting lot of pressure, lot of stress to your mind. You have to run away from that also. I don't like this person is also a work because likes and dislikes both is a work. Like means in order to get that you are chasing that. So dislike means you want to run away from that also you are running. Both the way you are running. One for chasing you are running, chasing the required object. One another thing is getting rid of that also you are running. That means running continuously you are doing. So when you run continuously without rest, it happens, virus attacks. Your mind intelligence cannot come. So virus curing happens only by the mental freedom. Mind has to be cooled. So mind cooling has to happen. Mind, because tale is, the head becomes head, should be always cool. So there is a proverb in our Vedanta says, head should be always cool, stomach should be always warm. So it will become opposite. Because of that, here we get disease, here also we get disease. So the head should be kept cool. The kept cool is because for that also the remedy given is pranayama. When you do proper pranayama, head becomes cool. And also meditation, when you do, head becomes cool. And all the intelligence available for already available, you have acquired in your life so much. You have studied engineering, masters and everything. That information available, when you have become angry, the information or intelligence is not available for you. You are asking your neighbor, what should I do? This is the right decision or that is. See, you yourself, you are a bright, brilliant person, but you are asking a your wife or your worker or your somebody you are asking, because your mind is not able to collect the intelligence of yours and it is not available for you because your mind is got heated up. So Shama is mind control. Mind control is how to control the mind. I said mind works in the four layer. Mind is controlled, means where to control. First is mind should not get heated up. Mind should not get heated up because mind starts working, the work is given by the mind to the mind. Who is giving? The desire. Raga Dvesha only is giving. So now carefully you have to examine all your desires. Hundreds of desires are there. Whether it is needed to be fulfilled or can I wait for 72 hours principle is there. In Vedanta it says whatever comes to your mind 72 hours, don't buy instantaneously, impulsively, don't plan for that. 72 hours in a daily 5 times you have to ask, 24 hours. 5 times when you ask whether it is required, really required, what are the things, all the possible questions 5 times a daily, and 3 days when you ask, it is just like a medicine for the mind. And ultimately mind may say not required. So your mind is saved and all the activity is saved. So that is the possibility of the mind, and even ego also comes to the same term. Ego also says not required. So that is the level. 72 hours waiting period is there, cooling time is there. We don't do that. Immediately perturbed, instantaneous, instant gratification, instant everything we need to give instantly to our mind. It is creating a heat to the mind. And if you give 10 items instantaneously, it will ask another 100 items instantaneously. It is just like a child. If you ask 10 toys for 10 items, you will give one item and then other things you will be talking and making it to forget. So all the 10 if you give it, your child will ask another 10 items, another 100 items. So you have to, talking to the child means you are talking and then making it to understand, and the child will not come to that, or child will forget and some other new things will show to the child. It will get attracted, it will forget all the things. Similarly, I have to talk to the mind, the second level. The first is mind level, I have to cool it. Cool it by meditation, cool it by pranayama. These are the 2 sadhanas. Another one is 72 hours, you don't jump into any conclusion of buying or anything immediately. Repeatedly, whenever the thought comes, now it is gone. 3 months it will not come. Again the same thought may come. Again you apply 72 hours principle. And new things may come, new analysis may come. At that time also it will say not required, it will be mind is saved, everything is saved. So this is another methodology of keeping the mind cool. So this has to be done. And when you start this questioning, 72 hours, your desires itself will start queuing. Whatever is there in your desire queue, the queue itself is getting reduced. Because it understands, the desire understands there is a security guard is there. That security guard will not allow all the desires to pass to the mind. So that means my analysis of 72 hours, when you start working, you have 100 desires in your queue. So you apply this principle. So this queue itself will understand and it says, it will drop automatically, another 50 desires automatically vanishes by itself. So much pressure comes down in your mind. So this is how mind has to be, sadhana has to be done. Sadhana is to be done like this. So when you do like that, what happens? So we have to do. So for that, Vedanta says in its own language, it is called emotional quotient. Emotionally, quickly when we decide, emotionally I want, emotionally everything I start doing it. Then it is just like aimlessly the mind will be asking so many. Emotion is quick. It is not even thinking anything. So from emotional quotient to, you have to promote your mind to the intelligent quotient. Intelligence is available in you emotionally quickly when you are doing. It is just like the sun is covered by the cloud. The sunlight is not available for the world because of that cloud. This emotion is also a cloud. This emotion cloud is covering the intellect. Because of that, intellect is at that point of time is not available. That's why when you are angry, you don't know whatever you don't want it to talk also you have spoken. You have become scolded somebody. After when you become cool, you start repenting. So that means when you are becoming cool, your intellect starts analyzing whatever you have done is wrong, Srinivasa Prasad. You should have not done that. Then you go, sorry, patching up. So many effort is required. Because intellect was not available, your emotion has taken a toll of the covered the intellect. So emotional quotient means you have to properly analyze your emotional quotient. For that knowledge is required. That emotion, Atma Jnana is required. When it's Atma Jnana comes, all the knowledge, whatever we are teaching, if you start applying it, emotional quotient to intelligent quotient, it will be going. So when intelligent quotient also, what happens? The peer pressure is there, ego pressure is there. Intelligent is also covered by the ego. No. So earlier it was only emotion. Now ego, intelligence says don't buy, ego says buy. Intelligence says buy, ego says don't buy. So like these clashes are happening. So this ego, how to transcend? Emotion has to be transcended to make available intelligence. So intelligence is also is covered like a cloud. So by the ego has to be transcended. For that you have to transform yourself into the spiritual quotient. So IQ, EQ, IQ, SQ, these three levels is called as in Vedanta, Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga and Jnana Yoga. These three levels are called as EQ is your body, mind, intellect. This all has to be covered in the emotional quotient, Karma Yoga, and the intelligent quotient in the Upasana Yoga, meditation and pranayama, all the other things. And then the spiritual quotient means jnana. When jnana comes, your ajnana is the ego. The ajnana is getting educated of your intellect or your this one in a spiritual quotient will come. Then ego will be slowly vanishing. Ego cloud is going to dissolve. So then you become a normal human being. Your desires also under control. It will not queue up at all. So totally your life becomes controllable, happy. All these things happen. This is how Shama Kaha under mind control, how it has to be done. That is what the Vedanta, it is not told here in this class or in this Shama Kaha, it is only a mind control. But mind control somewhere else in the Upanishads and all the things are there, how it has to be controlled. So what happens? Peace of mind is required to keep your physical health, intellectual health, emotional health and spiritual health. So Shama is therefore most important qualification. So Shanti alone can give you happiness. No happiness is possible if your Manas Shanti is not there. So this is the first and it's the golden letter, you have to write it and keep it. Krishna says this, no happiness is possible when there is no Manas Shanti. That means what you have to search in the world is not the things, not the money, not the things. So your happiness you have to start means you have to bring back your Manas Shanti. Ramayana is the same thing. The Sita is gone away. The mind has lost the Shanti. Rama goes, conquers and brings back the Sita. And that is how the Shanti opposite comes. Even for Rama, that is happens means it is Ramayana is depicted in the form of our mind game. Like that it is there. So, how to do the stress management, we say. But modern management of stress is, it is only prioritizing something, doing something, that is not management. So this management is putting other area dark and your capacity is dark. So the spiritual way only can get a lot of answers. So we have to enjoy the pious of mind, the shanti, the mind shanti we have to enjoy. So that is the Vedanta, a balanced mind. It says a balanced mind is called Shama. To get that, it is called balanced mind is called as Samatvam. We call it as Samatvam. That means I am either become too happy or too angry, too depressed. It will not happen. We are in the equal state of equilibrium. It will be there. When equilibrium state is there, your mind is very beautiful mind. That is Manashanti comes like that only. So that is what one layer of analysis happens. So we have to go on different layers of analysis also. So the same thing has been said in Kathopanishad also. For example, I said in Gita, what it is said is the chariot is there. Bhagavad Gita, you see that Krishna is the chariot rider. He is the driver of the chariot. And there are 5 horses are there. There are the 5 veins are there. This one is there. Lagam is there. And Arjuna is the owner of the chariot. So that all I have explained. 5 horses are the 5 senses. 5 senses has to be controlled. Arjuna is the buddhi, or sitting there, intellect, manas, all the things. The left hand, he is holding the manas, controlling all the 5 work indriyas, and 5 karmendriya and jnanendriya, and he is doing here. And Atma is the Arjuna. In the level of Atma is sitting. If Atma is under controlled, means this horses has to be controlled, mind has to be controlled. Wherever the chariot has to take, the Atma has to tell, this is the way, this direction you run. Arjuna has to tell, take this chariot to this direction, that direction. That is how the chariot can go and it will be useful. So our Atma is also a Ratha. It is called Rathopakyana. We have to understand that. So this Rathopakyana is a significance of mind control. So this mind control is very much essential. I will quote 1 or 2 from the Upanishads also. Some of the very beautiful examples are there. How the Shama works. So Shama and Dama is more or less one and hand in hand it should go. But Dama is the next class I will talk. Shama only I will say. In one of the Upanishads it is says. In Shankaracharya says this mind control, if you are not doing, what happens in Viveka Chudamani he says is, if you are not keeping the control of the mind, wherever it wants to go, for example, it is for the Dama also, it is the thing is said. Anyway, Dama is the next class. Now I am talking about Shama and Dama put together. It says, for example, deer. A deer is there. Deer is very fond of music, the string instrument. In order to hunt a deer, the hunter will play a violin type material, is a music he will play. The deer will stand. It will must, when running deer will stand, and it puts ears to that this one. So for the concentration of the music, it starts the flute, the string instrument, and all the things. So the deer, when it is concentrated, and the hunter will aim an arrow, and the deer will be killed. So just one by one, I will be telling the hearing effect, the deer hearing effect is used, and that one organ is not controlled by the deer. So it enjoying the music, the enjoying of the sensory thing, it has taken the toll of its life. The elephant is very fond of its skin pleasure. The skin pleasure means when elephants are mated only, when mating happens, so catching the elephant becomes more easier. So at that time it forgets the every way, this one also. So elephants, though it is very big, because of the skin control, and it is forgetting that, and such a big animal also is got caught. Viveka Chodamani explains all these things. And for example, a moth is there, no? Moth is, whenever the rain comes, the rain flies will come. So the rain flies will go around the light. So now today tube light is there. Earlier the lamp light is there, candle light is there. If the candle light is there, all the moth, it is called the flying, this one moth, it will come because the light is attracted by the eyes of the moth. Though it knows it is burn, the fire is going to burn, but it goes and kisses the fire only, and it will get died. And his wings also will get burnt and it will fall down. And continuously, when it is restlessly because of the light, it is beating its wings, so it collapses, it falls away. So because of the eye's attraction, so it has got died, it is dying. Even the fish, because of the tongue pleasure, the bait in the hook is there, the earthworm may be there, and easily it can swim around and get away. Because of the tongue pleasure, it gets caught to a fisherman. So like that, the bee is another thing. Bee is smell is there, no? Because of the smell, it goes to some flowers. When some flowers it is going, there are in forest some flowers are there. So when this bee goes inside, the flower will close by itself. It is a bee eating flower. So it will go, because it will give such a fantastic smell. The bee is getting attracted and it will go inside. The flower will get closed till next day morning, it will not open. The bee is getting died because of the nose. So one organ, if becoming weak, one organ if I become a slave. So the above example in Viveka Chudamani says, individual animals are getting killed. Even one organ getting slaved, whereas human being has all the 5 organs are there. 5 organs slave if we become, how can we survive? It is the thing what Shama it is said is, mind has to control all the indriyas. So this is what has to be done. So in this way, Shama means mind controlled. Mind, how it works has to be understood. So this is what Shama is there. Dama I don't want to start today, because Dama next class I will complete. Because if I start it, may not be able to complete it. Shama Kaha. Shama Kaha means what is Shama? Shama Kaha is Mano Nigraha. How to Mano Nigraha is a sadhana I have already spoken according to Vedantic dimension, and why it becomes heavy and everything I have told. And all other sadhanas like meditation and pranayama we will be teaching, and like that only it has to be understood. And other mind, other jnana, when it comes, all the other intellect, how it should be used and all, everything will be taught also. So these are all the sadhanas. When you do the sadhana, your life becomes more and more calmer, quieter, and you can enjoy the life without much gadgets, without much money also you can enjoy happily, and the relationship, everything you can enjoy. So that is called Atma Jnana. We will go towards Atma Jnana, and we learn more and more things. Today I will complete my talk. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavit. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.